I am one of your hosts, Justin W. Wilson, Esquire, accompanied by Shane D. Cox, Esquire. We are Las Vegas-based attorneys who also practice in the state of Kansas.
Very based.
Based. Ooh, are we?
Dude, I mean,
I don't think so.
we try and talk Gen Z like Austin.
But I don't think that makes us...
Based means good, right?
I thought based was like Republican shit. Like it means...
No, I thought based meant something just good. Like,
as far as I know, based is like, yeah, that's what we all agree upon. Like that's like
okay, well then yeah, we're based.
But it's just Republicans like to use based because they're trying to win all of it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I watched an interesting interview with a couple of crazies that I thought was pretty good. I actually really like Tucker Carlson. I like the way he interviews because just like Joe Rogan, one of the things he does that I really enjoy is like someone will say something like the interview with Ted Cruz where Ted Cruz says the bumper sticker and he goes, okay, well, how did you get to that conclusion? What do you mean by that? Oh, how did you get there? Well, what makes you think that? And it's just like the who, what, when, where, why, and how. And that's all they do. They just follow that down the rabbit hole, and he had no explanation. He was like, well, because Israel.
Oh, yeah.
That interview, and I was just like, whoa. Because it'd be different if that was his opinion, and he had it based on whatever, you know what I mean?
It's almost like he's following like this thing called the scientific method or something.
Oh, Tucker?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that him and Joe Rogan are both good about that interview style, that I try to get that way, especially like in direct examinations, to get out of my head what I want to get and just go through like the conclusion instead of get there, focus on the trip to get to the conclusion. You know what I mean? I probably didn't word that the right way.
I know what you mean. I mean, sometimes a lot of direct examination or cross-examination, whatever it is, they're trying to avoid the question that you're asking.
Sure.
And sometimes you'll say, are you saying yes or no? And they'll say, well, technically, like I need to qualify my answer before I give you a yes or no. See this in congressional hearings a lot too. The Congress is pretty good at trying to get a point out from their questioning. And sometimes it's not to seek the truth, as we've talked about. It's just to elicit a point. So based, I guess, is different. I thought it just meant something like good, but it's something bold and commendable. So
I always thought because
something
it's
different.
Always...
I guess you're saying or doing something that's not conventional and a little different, and you think you're saying something that people are scared to say, but is the right thing. Like, I guess
they're afraid
a little
to say
bit
it out
that
loud.
way. So that's why conservatives are saying, no, people don't want to say this, but they should. Like, immigrants are actually bad.
Right.
Something like that.
That's like one of those
that's based.
Out of the modern.
One of those things that's like taboo culturally because of the modern sensitivity.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, hey, we shouldn't.
Is that your reading on it?
Yeah.
Like, here's one. And I'm not saying this is my opinion, right? Whether it is or not, it doesn't matter. Biological males shouldn't play in sports with biological females, regardless of whether they've transitioned or not. Oh, that's based. That kind of thing.
I think
based,
so.
bro.
I think
because
so, right?
You get pushback on that. But the funny thing is, if you say it the other way, transgendered females should be allowed to play with females. You're going to get pushback on the other side. So aren't each of them equally based?
Correct.
Yeah,
no right
but it's based. It's based like this.
I don't think it's right or left. I think it's just anything.
It's a Spider-Man meme.
Yeah.
Everything we say is based because I am in my position, you're in yours, and Austin's in his. You guys are obviously fucking stupid, and I'm right. Based. And then you say the same, but you don't curse, so you say frick, based, because he fricked, and you love trains, based.
And this is Shane Cox, and welcome to another episode of Millennial Lawyers Learning Gen Z Phrases.
Okay, get fucked.
Kind of. Wait, I don't even think we got it, really. I should have my...
I'm going to start saying based a lot now is all I know, whether I'm correct or not and how I'm using it.
Okay.
Your Honor, based.
Millennial, speaking of millennial, all's well that ends well, 20-year tour.
Tonight?
The album, All's Well That Ends Well.
Chiodos? When is Chiodos?
Chiodos.
Chiodos. Is that tonight?
You piece of fucking fake emo shit.
It's Gen Z, dude. We're millennials.
Here's the thing.
There's a cultural
we're
divide
in different worlds of the you were like the mid 2000s emo. I'm like the late 2000s 2010s.
So not emo.
Scene.
Did you ever have a
they talked
lip
about
piercing?
scene in the early 2000s, dude.
Bro, we invented that shit. Swoops and dashboard.
Yeah,
confessional, get out of here.
There's kids dressing up like that now, and I'm so surprised to see it. The parachute pants, like
I fucking love it because I'm like, this was the best time.
So wait, were we gonna ask though? Like, did I have
Did you ever have like a lip ring or any of that?
No, I never had piercing, but I had the hair.
But he played,
sure.
he played guitar.
Okay.
He was
every
in a
one of us
band.
played guitar, but he was probably better than me. Who cares?
He's a better lawyer than me. Yeah, so
barely.
like for me, like we've had some crossover where like August Burns Red, Asking Alexandria,
my
Attack.
buddy Gar just bought us tickets for Anaheim in April. $53 for a ticket. But with the meet and greet, it's like $100. So we're gonna go meet. I'm gonna get to meet them again.
August Burns Red?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's in April. Very excited about it.
Nice.
Dude, Matt Greiner is such a nice guy. After the like we did the meet and greet and we were just raging in the show, and then after the show, he like came down and just bullshitted with us. And I accidentally, because you know their like religious affiliation, they're extremely Christian. I was like, Matt, man, I just want to tell you, I've seen you just beat the fuck out of those drums on 8 separate occasions, and every single time it's awesome. And he's like, thanks, man. I appreciate the compliment. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm just excited right now. You're a very good drummer.
From how good he is at drums and how much he talks about syncopated rhythms, he might also like trains. So that might also be it. Absolutely.
But dude, you realize that when their first album came out, he was 19 years old?
Yeah. A lot of these guys were young when like these breakthrough albums came out.
And they're all good. Everybody in August Burns Red is skillful, but
I would say there's two that are the skilled ones. The other ones are just, they're okay.
Well, they're not bad.
They're not bad.
I mean, they're
like,
all good, but
yeah.
They're like Griner's great.
Griner is top, and then JB.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Everybody else is replaced.
They're fine. You think everybody else is replaceable?
Yeah. Vocals, you could find 10 other guys to do it just as good.
He's very different, though. He's got such a different style. Have you seen him live?
Yeah.
You don't think seeing other screamo bands, you don't think that like it's just different. His style's different. His presence is different.
Well, sure, but you have
It's kind of like Claudio.
Yeah.
You could find somebody that can probably sing like that. Can he play the guitar?
But Claudio, okay, I know Shane's glazed over, but Claudio is the Matt Greiner of Coheed.
I understand that.
Matt Greiner is the Matt Greiner of August Burns Red.
Okay, all right. Potato. Jake is fucking awesome.
I'm not saying he's bad. He's good.
And he does like these, like his physical, not just his vocals, but his physical when he's singing, like when he's getting into stuff, it's very different than other people. Plus he does those stupid little funny dance moves like he's doing salsa. I fucking love that. He's just a funny guy.
Are you going to give us a taste? Just like,
Me do it?
Yeah.
He just did it. What about you, Shane? What do you think about August Burns Red?
I've never listened to August Burns Red.
You would I got to find bands for you because like Impending Doom, For Today. You go to their shows.
Today.
Give me a segue. Yeah, because I'm like.
Well, let me see what this first topic is.
Hold on. I got one for you.
First topic is about a man that dies.
300 mil, got 1 mil. Johnny Craig sold some MacBooks, never gave them to anybody, scam people. There you go. We're now tied back into crime.
All right. That is a crime.
This is some stupid thing.
Oh, whitewashed? Yeah.
Duh.
Mosher's their best song. Got all the songs. Matt Greiner is the drummer. JB is the lead guitar player. Jake is the vocalist.
JB's very good.
He's good, but you put Matt Greiner and JB in a different band, it's still obviously.
So the other thing about them that's important to note, they're heavily, heavily Christian.
Super.
Like, you know me, like my religious affiliation sucks. I'm a shitty Catholic. There's a series called I'm Alive, and it's about people talking about like their story and getting in with God and like their change or whatever, like witnessing basically.
Okay.
Jake's story about how he became a Christian, like what was going on in his life, is like hair raising. Just like the way he tells it and like the desperation that he was feeling and how it just opened up everything for him. I don't know, man. It's really interesting.
I mean, drug related too? He
said he was doing drugs and drinking, but I think it was just like his life was going nowhere and he hit rock bottom and he was ready to die.
Even with the fame of music, like was he already
wasn't
famous?
Yet.
No,
okay.
Before the music.
With the struggle?
Yeah, with the struggle. And I mean, just being young. You asked me to be blameless. But they got a song called The 11th Hour. It's a very good one. Don't say another word. And right here, everybody just starts going ape shit. And you get to windmill kick a 17-year-old in the neck.
And it's allowed.
And it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Not really. I don't do windmill kicks. Those guys are fucking assholes. The only time I've ever actually hit somebody at a concert, like really, like I'm going to hit you, was this kid kept doing that. And he hit some girl in the shoulder. And we were like, hey, cut it out. You got her. Stop. All right. Let's bump into each other. Come on, run into me. And he ran into me. And he did it again.
Yeah, you sometimes you have to do that. I remember Bring Me the Horizon a few years ago, or back when they were at their peak.
Shadow Mosses is so good.
Yeah, that album is the top 10 album of metalcore. But either way.
So we're going to change what we do our podcast about.
Yeah. This is
apparently.
Do I have any legal charges? Because this guy kept pushing me and then eventually swung at me, so I kicked him in his knee.
When did it happen?
During the show.
How many years ago?
Oh, this was 10.
Nope. Statute of limitations, you're good.
But I'm pretty sure I dislocated his knee because he was limping off. But I told him, I was like, dude, go do
simple battery.
He kept trying to open a pit when the pit was like 10 feet over. It's like, dude, go over there. Nobody here. We're all vibing.
No, first off, no one's ever going to do anything about that.
I don't think anybody would, but what if you get somebody famous that's in there that doesn't know what's going on and, walks over the floor?
What if you push somebody off stage?
Player? They haven't been to a concert like this before. Let's say a guy like me, let's pretend for a second that I'm famous and rich and like I go onto the floor because I want to get as close to the band as possible, not knowing that there's a mosh pit.
Something happens, you just get mad.
It breaks out. Like,
you see red and bodies start hitting the
and I get hit in the face by somebody. And you can, with the 4K, 8K cameras nowadays, you could pinpoint who that person is. Mm-hmm. What if I was an influential person? And what if I'm a cop even, right? Like, do prosecutors take complaints from cops more seriously? Maybe. So if I go in,
depends on where you're at,
and I make a complaint and say, "Hey, you got to charge this guy with battery."
I think there's some assumption of the risk, especially if it's incidental. Now, if it's a guy that sees you and just boom, then yeah, so it's just like with sports, right? I can tackle you for playing rugby, but if I tackle you and then punch you, I'm guilty of a battery, right? Because it's within the bounds.
Look at us.
This same kind of
legal analysis.
This same kind of thing happens at a concert. If you go to a metal show, like I've been to metal shows and people get bumped into and they're like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" It's like, bitch, look where you're at. You're standing. The pit's right there. The crowd is moving. 2,000 people, 150, 200, 300. Like the Brooklyn Bowl, what do you think can fit in the floor? 800?
No, Brooklyn Bowl, I think is like 15.
Okay, 1,500.
Yeah.
1,500 in the floor area.
Because I think that's what House of Blues is
from
15.
Where the steps go down in there.
Okay, maybe like 8, 9.
8, 9, that's what I'm saying. So you got 800 people, and they're all jumping around. Even if they're just excited, they're moving, right? You can't go in there and not expect to have something happen. Now, if someone just fucking cracks you, that's a different story, though.
Now, one that we could potentially do as a good crossover between you guys is the Lamb of God case, where he had to go back. He got extradited. So this vocalist, Randy Blythe of this band, Lamb of God, which
didn't somebody just get sentenced for murder? A musician. It wasn't Motionless in White. Whatever. Keep going. Sorry.
So he was in, I think, Prague, and they played a show, and this guy kept jumping up on stage, which at some shows is allowed, smaller venues, but at big shows is not. And so it looked like the vocalist pushed this guy off the stage, but really it was the security guard. Well, the guy fell, had a brain bleed, and died a few days later. So they extradited him back. No, they didn't even extradite him. They waited 2 years, and then when they came back on tour, they arrested him as soon as he landed. And they held him. He was in prison, I think, for a year.
Sometimes they do those tricks.
Yeah, but they let him go after a while. Tricks. And now they're still releasing bangers. But yeah, that might be a good case to look at.
Tim Lambesis from As I Lay Dying.
Oh, yeah. So he went to jail for the same thing that Victoria Goodwin did.
Hiring somebody to murder.
Yeah, then he went to prison, got super jacked, came back out, started up As I Lay Dying again, and is now...
No, Ronnie Radcliffe.
Ronnie Radke? Yeah. He went to...
Radke.
Yeah, he went to jail or prison?
Assault, parole, and used prison to write music. Yep. Pat O'Brien from Cannibal Corpse. Ian Watkins from Lost Prophets. He got 29 years and 10 months for attempted rape, sex assault.
Yeah, that one was the real bad one.
Yeah, but Lost Prophets? What? They're like...
Yeah.
No, they're good. They're fine. It was fun. We were meant to live for so much more. What? Rape? You? What? I don't know.
Well, it was infants, too.
Oh, that fucking... Anyway,
there's our 14-minute intro to the fact that we are attorneys and
two of
talk
us
about
like music.
Have you ever seen Justin more passionate than
We
he
just
was
like
in
different
this last
kinds of
14
music.
minutes? He was real into it.
I love music.
I don't judge people for liking the kind of music. You judge my music so much.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I told you I really liked your choice for the first karaoke song.
For the karaoke, but we were listening to a band in my car recently, and you were like, "This sucks." Shane listens to bad music, and I'm like,
Who was it? Half of
It's a small band called the Spinto Band.
Half of it was,
And
it's kind of like
you
Ween.
wouldn't like it.
They're a lot like Ween.
That's fine.
Okay.
It
In
was
the sense that,
it's
like,
kind of weenie.
They could be really good if they wanted, but they want to suck.
They have whiny voices, and I'm
the Spinto Band.
the Spinto Band, yes, and it kind of has a whiny poppy.
These are the most pretentious looking motherfuckers I've ever seen.
Also,
Bro.
half of what I was saying was because I'm fucking with you.
At all times,
The other
in all
half
things,
is they
in all
didn't
places.
trip my trigger, but a lot of the stuff you listen to I like. We like a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah.
Postal Service,
Oh,
big
love
fan, huge
it.
fan.
Decemberist, you're a big Decemberist fan.
Ooh-wee.
One of your biggest
Ooh-wee.
bands you
Colin,
like. I'm a big
I'm not-
fan.
I'm not gay, okay?
All right, let's not finish that statement. I have.
But no, it's not even that. I just think his show, dude, was like the close. And I've been listening to them for almost 20 years. When I finally got to see him live, it was like the closest thing I've experienced to a religious experience in a long time. Like
When
That
you
was
saw his
me back
concert
in
this
May.
year,
God, it was so good.
That was me back in May when I went to go see Loathe in LA.
Yeah,
I saw
'Cause-
the Decemberists back in 2006
dude, they were
or
so
2005.
good. And
It was a
also
long
his
time
crowd
ago.
work was so awesome. Like for one of the songs, it's called "And the Singer Addresses the Crowd." It's off the new album. He came out in the crowd and he just picked this random girl up and started like slow dancing with her while he was singing. And he had everybody sit down and the lights come up. It was, I don't know, man. It was such a cool show. It was such a good show. And their video for "Make You Better," I make you butter. The band of the Decemberists. Are we supposed to be insulted by your lyrics? What is the meaning of life? That's a difficult question. So you say. And it's that dude from Parks and Rec, Ron Swanson. He's in the video
Nick
playing
Offerman.
some random German like music interviewer, and it's just super funny. You should watch the video if you're not into it. All right, let's talk about legal shit because I can talk about music forever.
Stupid. I'm not. I'll start with this. I'm not trying to make any political statement with this video. Some people use this.
Me, I can't say I'm not gay, but you're about to have to do this
No.
disclaimer.
Some people use this video as like a contrast to the George Floyd video to say, "Oh, a white guy was killed by cops too."
Okay.
And I'm not trying to make any political statement. I would just like to analyze all situations.
Well,
That's what we do here.
It's been long enough. People might not have gone there, but now they will. Okay.
Well, all I'm saying is that pops up when you talk about this. This is a video from Alyssa. Okay.
Noam Chomskins,
Noam Chomskins sent us this video on the Tickety Tockety.
lawyer, yeah.
And
Tick,
so I think I forwarded it also to
Our producer, who doesn't actually do anything.
who's going to put it in. And
he has a slave labor from Cambodia.
I will have Justin watch this
Why is
video.
that funny to you?
He's not breathing? Nope. Hope that ain't silly. I'll bite it.
Relax, man. Just stay down.
Hey.
Tony.
Stop it.
Oh, no, please.
What'd you take today?
I'm
You all right? Hey, you're okay. You're okay.
Oh, God. This sucks.
You don't need to be squirming, man. Tony. If I was squirming that much, I'd be sleeping too. Go to school.
I'm going to school. I'm more miserable.
Is he breathing? Hope that ain't silly. I'll bite it.
Got his mom on the phone, and she knows all this stuff. He what?
I wonder why he's shocked. So, people, living things that reside above water breathe with their lungs. There's two ways that you can kill somebody with oxygen deprivation, excluding eliminating all the oxygen, fire, all that sort of stuff, like physical way. You can smother them by covering their mouth and nose and forcing them to breathe through, I don't know, dirt. Or you can compress their chest.
But
And-
oxygen cannot enter their lungs.
Correct. You physically, like a constrictor. That's how a constrictor kills its prey. It compresses it so much that it literally cannot expand to draw in a breath. So, stay with me, police officers. I know this is going to be confusing. I'm kidding. That guy's an asshole. He had his knee in the middle of his back and he had his hand on the back of his neck, forcing his face into the dirt.
So,
what the fuck do you think?
Clarifying, I'll just give the story, this is back in August 10th, 2016. Tony Allen Timpa, so Tony Timpa, 32 years old.
Name.
He is high on cocaine. He has been dealing with schizophrenia and depression. He is not taking his prescription medication for schizophrenia and depression.
Schizophrenia.
Sorry.
You're good.
Misstated
So,
that.
no, it's just
He's
funny.
having some issues and he's doing cocaine and he calls 911 on himself because he's worried about himself. He has some lucidity, some lucid moment.
Like he's worried about his self-harming thoughts, he's worried he's taking too much. Like, what are we talking about?
We can't get into his head anymore, right? Because he is now
Sure,
dead.
he just said I was worried. Okay,
But
either way,
he calls 911 on himself because there's some kind of concern. And police officers respond to him, and one kneels on his back and puts his full body weight on his back for around 14 minutes when he's already restrained.
and he's under the influence of XYZ, ABC, whatever.
Yes. And so his death is ruled a homicide
No shit.
from the stress of being restrained and extreme physical exertion. And toxicity of cocaine is a factor as well.
Sure.
And causes of death are not,
Nothing
can be one single thing, but
Yeah, typically, like if
It
it's
can be
bullet through
multiple
your
things.
brain, they're going to say homicide, shot in the head. But if it's something like this where your body succumbs to a series of events, so one of the other factors, I'm guessing, looking at this guy, seeing the video, he's out of shape. Probably isn't in good cardiovascular shape. What does that mean? It means his heart is not conditioned to deal with stress the way a marathoner's heart is, or even somebody who's a casual runner, they run twice a week, right? His body, muscular-wise, doesn't have the condition to, because there's lactic acid buildup. There's a ton of things that happen when you're placed under that kind of stress when you have an adrenaline dump. And if you're not used to it, you put all those things together. Every single one of them is a part of a piece of the puzzle that caused the death. That being said, I'm going to go out on a limb without having reviewed the autopsy report and say that the major contributing factor was getting compressed. That's like Giles Corey from the Crucible. Remember we talked about pressing somebody?
Yeah.
That's what pressing somebody is. The only difference is he didn't have a board with a bunch of rocks on him. He just had some dude's knee in his back.
and
Well, yeah, and gravity in the earth pushing on the other side.
And obviously, I mean, you can see the parallels with the George Floyd case where
100%.
there are
I mean,
other comorbidities, I guess.
The only
we can
difference that
say.
I'm seeing, and correct me if I'm wrong, I remember bits of George Floyd vividly, but I don't remember them like making fun of him when he's laying on the ground. Oh, time to go to school. Wake up,
Or
bud.
finding out that he's dead and saying,
Oh,
"Oh
shit!
well,
Hope I didn't kill him."
hope I didn't kill him." Like,
I mean, Derek Chauvin was just sitting there not saying anything. Not that that's
and
much
his-
better, but
I
like
think his knees more on George Floyd's neck.
neck, shoulder area for sure. Like the trap
as
on the side
compared
of
to
his head.
the back, which is, I guess, a wider place. But if you put enough
But
pressure
also,
on there,
you can put pressure and constrict.
Oh,
the wind-
I agree.
So your windpipe is thinner
yes,
than your bronchial tubes because there's so many of them. That being said, it's the same process.
your body needs oxygen to operate.
Wait, what?
Yep.
I need air in the form of 29% nitrogen and 71% oxygen?
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
Okay, so
I didn't sign up for this
this case,
under maritime law.
this homicide,
This murder,
this homicide
this
occurs.
second-degree murder.
Not never charged. Well, I'll clarify. August 10th, 2016 is when this happens. Video is not released until 3 years later, August 2019.
Good news is there's no statute of limitations for murder.
So August 2019 is when the video comes out, and that's when the uproar starts. Okay, so this is prior to George Floyd,
just
right?
before, right? Didn't George Floyd happen in 2020?
2020, and then during COVID, we also have Black Lives Matter protests that start during the COVID time.
Yeah,
Um,
the COVID time.
Yeah,
That's such a fun way to put it.
So, there was a grand jury indictment. Okay,
They indicted him.
they indicted, but then the prosecutor dismissed.
Where was this?
This is in Dallas, Texas.
Nope, Texas. You just came off my short list.
His family,
Fuck you.
his
Being the decedent.
ends up. What's that?
The decedent's family.
The decedent's family
Okay.
does file a lawsuit. Okay, files a lawsuit, and then the judge. So how these
Tell me
usually
they
happen?
didn't throw it out for statute of limitations.
No.
Okay.
How these usually happen is what we would do is we would potentially file this in a state court because we like state court better, and then the defense comes in and removes it to federal court because they like federal court better. And if there are charges under Section 1983, if the state actor, federal actor, it can be a state agency, whatever, if they are violating your rights, because this is a violation of the Fourth Amendment
and the Eighth Amendment,
potentially as well. Like you can argue for both.
And
you
the
can
First
get
Amendment.
you can get damages under Section 1983. Okay, so we talk about 1983 claims. It's the section that allows you to seek damages against a government actor. Some individual actors have what we call qualified immunity. Probably heard that phrase
Prosecutorial immunity
thrown around a lot. There's judicial immunity. There's prosecutorial immunity. There's a lot of different sorts of immunity. Qualified immunity is not an absolute.
The only immunity I care about, truly, is the immunity that comes from an mRNA.
Okay. All right. So,
come on, that was funny. You didn't know what I was going to do with that.
The federal judge does in 2021. No. Let's look at the
2019 video
July 2020.
Okay.
July 2020. The district court judge dismisses the case against the officers, the excessive force civil lawsuit, based on qualified immunity. It gets appealed, goes up to the Fifth Circuit, and then the Fifth Circuit reverses.
Good.
And says that this case should go to trial.
Yep.
Okay. So sometimes these cases are long.
Yep.
And that's just one example of an appeal being a year and a half later, and then you got to pick up the case again.
What happened?
In 2022, it ends up going to trial.
And?
The case goes to trial in front of a jury.
Jury of their peers.
Plaintiff's family, his son, asked for $300 million. Okay. The jury awards the son $1 million. $1 million. I didn't see anything on if there were costs or fees or any kind of argument. Usually in federal court, you can't get fees on top. Yeah, so $1 million.
Listen, he was high on cocaine. So you're getting the drug addict, schizophrenic write-off. And I'm not being funny with that. I mean, but it does seem like sometimes justice is reduced based on certain factors.
Yeah, and
I
some of the parts of being in federal court, you have to have a unanimous jury, which is a more difficult thing.
That's good, though. That means that jury all agreed. The problem is the valuation. Me personally, given those facts, like just bumper stickering and remembering what I remember from before this, I would think $300 million would be an excessive ask.
It sounds high,
but also
what's the value of a human life, man?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of psychology behind, because it's not what I value it at or what the child values it at. It's what we can get the jury to value it at. And there's psychology saying behind, if we ask for 300, we're not going to get zero because of the facts. If we ask for 300, even if they cut it in half, we still land at 150. But if we ask for 150 and they cut it in half, we land at 75. So there is some tactical decision. Yeah, it's literally like selling something. Negotiating, mediation, whatever. I get it, but I just 300 on its face sounds a little high.
That seems like a lot. Like you hear numbers thrown out around for these things. I don't, it depends on who the person is. Let's say this guy was making millions of dollars. If a person's making millions of dollars and is killed in something wrongful, potentially their case could be worth $300 million. That sounds like a lot from an outside point of view. I'm not in the case, so I'm not going to critique what they did. Maybe they had testing that showed if they asked for 300, they might get one.
Yeah.
Maybe this is an outlier of all their research.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It could have been. Everybody looks at things, and two jurors
I'm obviously
supposedly later commented saying they regretted not giving them more. I mean, that's who knows what that means, because it does have to be a unanimous jury in federal court, and that's also why some defense attorneys like it better in federal court. That's one of the reasons. So you can see why a lot of people compared this to George Floyd, and maybe conservative people use this and said, hey, you didn't get upset about police inaction here, like that they did something wrong here. Why are you getting mad now?
So there is validity to that. I'm not saying I'm what side I fall on, because I don't. You know me. Police brutality to me is colorless, but there is selective outrage. Let's call balls and strikes. How many times has there been an incident that's awful that happens to a white guy or a Hispanic or an Asian or pick another race, a Martian, for Christ's sake. Who cares? And the media doesn't pick it up. And that's part of the problem. Part of the problem is we talk about what we're introduced to.
But does the media report on this? I'm sure they did, and then
Local media,
nobody cared.
But national media didn't, maybe. I don't know. And the other thing is,
I think the media plays into what people demand, though, right? And turn their eyes to.
So it is kind of a tit for tat sort of thing.
Because there's news articles on this. It's not like it's not in the media, but it just didn't garner the response until something else happened. Then we point to it and say, "Hey, black guy got killed by cops."
Look at how the articles are written, though. Like that one's probably just like, cop commits homicide, as opposed to the other one where it's like white cop kills black person.
Well, and it's like the way you do the posts on Instagram and stuff. You try to, there's like an algorithm, right? And there's a whole thing to it. There's like a psychology behind how you word things to get engagement, and that's part of it. And who's doing it, whether it's the people that are providing the consumable material, giving the consumers what they want, or the money, I don't know. I don't know the answer. I do know that there does seem to be a resulting selective outrage, right? People get mad about some things and not about other things. And I can't tell you why that happens. But for me personally, I get just as mad about this as I got about Derek Chauvin. I remember when that first came out, I was like, get your fucking knee off his neck. Like at the time, I don't think I was training, or maybe I just started training jiu-jitsu. No, it was Daniel Penny. Daniel Penny was the one where I just started training jiu-jitsu. And I'm like, bro, you do not put someone in RNC for 8 minutes and really apply pressure unless you want them dead. Period.
Holding him.
Right, yeah. Like Jordan Wears Nogi. Do you know him? Remember that video of him down in Sunset Park? He had the guy in a body triangle. It's super uncomfortable. It's not going to kill you. You can still breathe because your lungs can expand, but your diaphragm is smushed, so you can't get a full breath, but you're pretty close. You're never going to die like that unless you have a problem, in which case Jordan would have been in trouble. But he wasn't, because Jordan is a black belt and he knows what he's doing. That's a different story. Jordan could have killed that guy 20 times over, but he didn't, right? So I don't know, man. I see these videos and it doesn't matter who it is. Like if I see that cop with his knee in the back of that guy and his hand on the back of his neck, face down in the dirt, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah.
And I view that different, but the same as George Floyd. Like with his knee on his neck, it's like, get your fucking knee off his neck. What was his name? The guy that was in that hotel in Phoenix or whatever, white guy, and he's telling him, crawl on your knees. If your hands touch the ground again, I'm going to shoot you. And his basketball shorts were like getting caught under his knees. Shot him right in the face with an AR. The guy's like, please don't shoot me. And I'm not making fun of him. He's crying because he's a little drunk. There was some disturbance call, and this guy, there's 2 armed officers drawn right down on him. It's like, dude, you shot him in the face and he doesn't have anything. I don't know, man. It's weird. I get as mad about every single one of them.
And the criminal, we have to tell people this, like even today, I can't control what the prosecutor does.
Correct.
Like on charging, because somebody might say that they're the victim of a case. Like, hey, I'm not the righteous criminal defendant. Like, I'm not the right person. They started it. They started the fight. Whatever it is, it's a fight between 2 people, and they choose to charge one of them. Mm-hmm. We cannot make the prosecutor do anything. They have full discretion. Mm-hmm. Sometimes there's a media influence there too on prosecutors' offices of, hey, uphold the law. Like once a video comes out, maybe they'll change their minds and say, oh, actually, we charged the wrong person. We didn't have the full information. We're going to charge somebody else. That can happen, but there's prosecutorial immunity and discretion, right? Mm-hmm. The prosecutor can't get sued for what they do or don't do unless it's wrongful prosecution.
Correct.
Where they have evidence and they just, for whatever reason, keep going after somebody
never gets
to
enforced though, man. Because there's so many times. There's so many times it seems like they knew this motherfucker didn't do anything. And they're like, I'm going to disregard that. Look at him. He's got a guilty face.
Yeah.
He's one of them guilty looking guys.
I mean, typically the remedy, because we talk about remedies, the ways to fix things is to have a criminal case dismissed, if they're having some kind of violation where they don't turn over evidence or miss evidence in their system that they don't turn over. That happens a bit, but usually the remedy is to dismiss the criminal charge.
Correct.
Okay. And I'm not going to say it's always an oversight, but a lot of times I think the prosecutors are overworked and not reviewing cases like they should, and not looking at all the evidence and relying on the report and not looking at the evidence contained in the report that the police gather.
So that's
like there's a video. Hey, the officers say there's a video, so they don't actually go and watch the hours of video.
Can do as defense attorneys, though.
We go and watch the video. Yeah.
Well, not just that. If the prosecutor is getting an imperfect picture, an incomplete picture, and we have something, like we just signed a case just now, right before we walked in this room to do this podcast, where the prosecution, I almost bet, does not have the video that we have.
I can almost guarantee
that kid
it. Yeah.
get kicked in the face before he starts to defend himself.
Yeah.
So what do we have to do? Tomorrow, I'm going to lead them to the water, and I'm going to drown them in it.
Ooh.
Metaphorically,
figuratively, of course.
God wills it.
Figuratively.
Insert here.
God wills it.
Please, we need to keep that one on. We need a God wills it button.
Yeah.
No, but it's like, I'm sure that they're not gonna dismiss it tomorrow. I don't think they're going to, but I am gonna push for an OR, and I'm gonna push very strenuously.
And it's planting seeds too.
Yeah,
in a
like,
case,
listen.
that's what it is. Planting seeds, saying, "Hey, we have some reasonable doubt in this case.
We have something. It's gonna make me run through a motherfucker face over and over and over and over and over and over again, to the point that you're going to find out the greater, message here. Sometimes you got to run through a motherfucker face. Thank you, Marshawn, with your words of wisdom.
I got another video.
Mr. Lynch, sorry, Mr. Lynch.
Mr. Lynch, yeah, put some respect on his name. I have another video from Alyssa.
Nom Chomsky strikes again.
She sent me two on the same day, 8 minutes apart. We'll insert this video right about, hang on, here.
Come on out, ma'am.
Yes, please. Thank you. Oh my.
This case began after disturbing surveillance video from inside the Sacramento County Jail and video from body cameras worn by deputies was released to the public last October.
Have a good night.
It shows an elderly woman who was 71 shoved out of the jail at the hands of a deputy with such force that she slams to the ground. The woman's son tells Fox 40 that she suffered a broken femur at the hip socket, which required surgery. She now uses a walker to get around. Officials later identified the deputy seen pushing the woman as Matthew Jurich. He has since been fired from the sheriff's office. Today, dressed in a black suit and wearing a miniature gold star on his lapel, former Deputy Jurich was in Superior Court.
Of course, Your Honor, good afternoon. Joshua Olander, O-L-A-N-D-E-R, counsel for Mr. Jurich, present out of custody.
He now faces charges of assault. Fox 40 was the only media present for the arraignment. The judge ruled that we couldn't show you Jurich's face.
You are here today on case 25 FE009-264. The alleged offense date is October 7, 2024. Count 1 alleges a violation of Penal Code 149, an officer unnecessarily assaulting or beating a person. You waive formal arraignment stipulate to advisement of rights.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Both sides agreed to a continuance.
Let's go with July 8th at 8:30 in the morning in Department 62 for settlement conference. Mr. Jurich, just make sure you're there in person on that day. Yes, Your Honor.
Once outside the courtroom,
Matthew, was there anything you'd like to say at all for Fox 40?
we caught up to Jurich and his attorney.
Matthew, anything you'd like to say to the lady's family or the lady? Matthew, anything you'd like to say to the family? Any comment to the family?
And for the first time, we see the face of the former deputy accused of shoving that woman to the ground.
Any comment on her injuries that were caused from the fall?
Okay, I guess he's not commenting.
All right, boys. Open mats on Saturday at 10 a.m. Syndicate, Rainbow. I will pay your $15 entry fee for any one of you little motherfuckers that wants to come, and I'll dislocate both your shoulders. They beat up a 70-year-old woman.
Congrats.
Like,
beat up a
yeeted her into a fucking
71-year-old
pole.
woman.
Like, yeeted her into a pole.
Good for them, I guess.
And he's like 34, 25. I don't know, my age.
I have a question because this video came out. Can, like, let's say she hires you guys. Can you go to the jail and be like, we want this video? Or can they be like, no, that's ours?
Oh, we get it. You might not get it right away, but you'll get it.
So this comes up a lot. Like there's a power of subpoena that you can have, or a Freedom of Information Act,
the big subpoena
request. Usually a subpoena is only after you file a lawsuit.
Correct.
So it's not like you're entitled to certain documents, especially private businesses. You got to file a lawsuit. A lot of private businesses that we go and try to get videos from say, all right, well, we'll keep it, but until there's a subpoena, we're not providing it. And they'll kind of just be jerks and be difficult to work with. But since it's a government agency that has cameras, the federal government and Congress has signed a law called the Freedom of Information Act, which says that any document that they have that they can reasonably release that doesn't interfere with their operations, and they have some legitimate, if there's an ongoing investigation, criminal investigation, they don't release documents there because they're investigating somebody, and they use that a lot. So you'll see on a lot of the criminal cases that are in the news, they'll file something. Some of the news sites will file something, say, hey, we want access to what you have. When you release it, we want it. You got to give it to us. And then I've even heard there's attorneys, because there's damages aspect, if they don't release what they should under FOIA, the Freedom of Information Act,
FOIA.
You can get damages against the government for not doing what they should, because there's actually there are attorneys that even bait them into things in order to make
act like we don't bait insurance companies into things.
Yeah, so
because they're stupid.
So you can get video, but sometimes they'll give you a heavily redacted version. It doesn't have somebody's face in it.
Dude, my favorite.
Try and hide stuff. So it gets kind of bogus. But when you have a subpoena, you have a judge who you can go to and say, hey,
it's called an camera review.
I actually need more of this. And the judge can review something privately and take a look at it and decide if that is something that they need to turn over.
My favorite is when they do it with documents. You'll be thumbing through the documents and all of a sudden there's a page that's just completely redacted. Get the fuck out of here.
Sometimes they give documents that are super heavily redacted.
Oh, yeah. Well, you wouldn't do that. And I hate to play the McCarthy thing, but if you're not lying, you have nothing to fear.
And it's not in these in camera. It's like a private review with a judge, so you can see. Oh no, that is something I need. Oh, you were hiding something behind this redacted part.
Well, the issue is that we don't get to be a party to that.
Yeah. So the judge gets to see all this stuff. Sometimes there is, and sometimes we get sent things.
And I'd be lying if
that are unredacted that they mean to redact.
Oh,
that's great. I like that. That's happened to us.
You can listen, tell them, but fuck them.
Well,
Sun Tzu says, "Never interrupt your enemy when he's making a mistake."
So, your question about this video, is she going to be getting this automatically? There's going to be a Freedom of Information Act request, and they throw her, and it depends on who the department is reviewing this, because here in Nevada, usually it's an outside department that reviews these videos, and it takes them time, and they charge they get a charge a reasonable rate for it. So body cam review and body cam storage has obviously been, terabytes, petabytes, whatever they're, higher level called hexabytes. Does it go up to that? So the videos, they have so many videos, and their job is to go and review them and redact them. And you'll see cops text. And so they redact them texting their family or something, their background of their phones. Sometimes they're not perfect at redacting things, and you see pictures of their family and stuff, and you're like, oh, all right.
Battery on an older person.
Presumably, she pushed this enough to get this video. Somebody actually believed her, because we'll get people who walk in and say, "Oh, cops hit me" or whatever, and it's completely untrue. I've gotten videos on that where it's you are lying to me. So it's hard to determine who is the actual arrestee that's being truthful about that. So getting the video is one way, and sometimes it is. Give us the video, just show us. It is nothing.
Yep.
And that's it. And it's worth spending.
There have been numerous times that I said, listen, we won't file. We want to get to the bottom of this. And if what you're saying is true, just let me see the video.
And sometimes it will. Then, all right, I'll show you.
And sometimes I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't show what you said it shows.
Yeah.
Lawsuit. We're filing it. I'm filing anyway. So in Nevada, it's NRS 200.5092. when there's substantial bodily harm, which I'm guessing she experienced. I'll bet you her
She
collarbone
went
got broke.
like there's a whole story.
Okay.
There's a whole story here that
Did she get substantial bodily harm? Yes
She
or no?
ends up getting hospitalized. Yes, I'll get into it more then later.
2 to 20 years in prison, category B felony.
So not that this isn't legitimate, but everybody comments that this always happens. She gets hospitalized. Her husband dies during the time she's hospitalized. She gets home and her house is boarded up for non-payment. So supposedly she has all these other damages emanating from all this. She wanted to return to her home country of
some Spanish-speaking country.
No, not Spanish-speaking.
Really?
No, she's Eastern European.
Oh, you wouldn't want to go there.
Thim Hardy is her last name.
Oh, I was like, that's not a country.
That's her last name.
Great in geography. I know that.
I can't remember.
Was she like
what country it was?
Croatian or something?
I don't think it was Croatia.
Lithuania? Latvia?
Not Latvia.
Oh, yeah. I know where we're going, boys.
One of my clients, when trying to get on this show, on his show, just talked about how there's 15% more women than men in Latvia.
And Latvian chicks I've met.
Romania.
Yeah.
Romania.
They make okay AK-47s, though.
They have really good castles.
Her husband could not be buried there because she could not make arrangements from the hospital.
But yeah, Latvian girls that I've met in my life, nice, pretty good looking, most of them.
Do you know somebody that we both know that lived in Latvia?
I don't know. You tell me.
You know my buddy Rob from the DA's office?
That's right. He fucking speaks Latvian.
He went on his mission to Latvia.
That's right. I forgot about that. Because I talked to him about that. I remember I was like, bro, and you came back?
He said he said he's behind on episodes. So when you hear this in a few months, give us a text. And tell us
Robert,
you heard us.
We
had lunch with him this
week. Do you want
week.
to see what I just texted him?
No, not really.
Shut up. Look. And he didn't respond.
Yeah, he knows when to stop talking to you, I guess.
So this is what I said. I was asking for another deputy's extension, which is how I can contact them, but I didn't know it. She just moved over from the city attorney's office. We're grateful to have her at the DA's office. She's a very reasonable attorney. He responded, I said, love you. He says, no problem. And I said, no, it's getting to be a problem. I covet your ox. I don't know.
If you love him, why would you want his ox?
Because I know that
then you're taking his ox.
It's a good ox, and I want that Rob's scent is on it.
He does have that ox farm, in his backyard. It's becoming a problem.
And he's got that scent.
It's becoming a problem.
That makes you...
You're becoming a problem.
It makes the boys go, 60% of the time, every time, dude. Sex Panther. But, like, that's where they get it. They let Rob sweat into a jar. Why does it smell like Bigfoot's dick?
All right, so this cop
That's
was...
an Anchorman reference for all you people that are uncultured, Shane.
This cop was fired.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
And he's being sued now.
That's it?
And he did have criminal charges.
Okay, good. Did he get found guilty? Wait, this cop? What about the rest of those fucking douchebags?
No, the only...
On the side,
two deputies face criminal charges, and this is...
Can you look up what their police cruisers look like in that area? Like what it says on the side of it? Does it say the same thing that they all say?
I don't know, protect and serve?
Yeah,
is that what you're trying to get
is
at?
the word I'm looking at.
Protect. Yeah, they
fucking douchebags.
threw her out. Like
this dude, he didn't just throw her out. It'd be different if he said, "Get out, bitch." Like that would be awful. But even that would be like, okay, whatever. He fucking yeeted her into a ballard.
A 71-year-old.
Do you know what ballards are for? What those things
They're
are
to protect cars from driving in.
That way I can't Nice France you and bow with a box truck. Like those things are tough. They're rooted in the ground. Like, and that's what you're going to push her into? Again, dude, she's 71 years old. If you did that to any woman, there are 7 men and they look like they're pretty good sized dudes because she's small in proportion to them. So I'm going to assume they're between the heights of 5'9" and 6'2". And there's 7 of you. She doesn't have a weapon. You know how I know she doesn't have a weapon? Because you're letting her out of jail. And since you're letting her out like that, I'm guessing it's not for something serious. Maybe a disorderly, DUI, whatever. She's getting out of jail, and you're going to yeet an old woman, not just a woman, into a fucking pole? Man, get the fuck out of here. You're a coward. I'll say it. You're a bitch.
All right.
God wills it.
Okay, perfect.
Why do I fucking... You always just...
I get you riled up.
No, what he's trying to do...
I don't try to get you riled up.
Hold on.
These
He's
are just
trying to make me have an aneurysm so we can have the whole practice.
Noms Chomskins sent me this.
It's Nom. Chompskins.
I don't know. Okay, sorry, it's a fake name from a real name.
You put a
Chompskins.
There you go. That's it. You got it.
Chompskins.
Chompskins. NOMCHOMPSKINS. Noam Chompskins. I don't know. Noam Chomsky is the name of a dude. That's what it came from.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look it up, dude. You got the fucking Google machine in your hand there. Don't ask me shit.
All right, one last topic.
Let's get another topic. See if I can have that stroke so Shane can be the Cox Law Firm.
All right. Watch out for your kids on Roblox.
That's lymphoma, fool. That's not even close to the same. It's non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, you fucking idiot. The Gen Z, your music tastes now are in question because you're a fucking idiot.
There's
Noam Chomsky's disease.
There's Hodgkin's lymphoma
and non-Hodgkin's.
And non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Lymphoma, you fucking moron. Get out of here.
You should really watch.
You should chew on a bucket of broken glass.
Curb Your Enthusiasm because
isn't that the one with Larry David?
Yeah, and somebody dies from one of them, and he's like, I thought it was the good one. Like it's a lower level, fewer people die from it, and he's always like, I thought it was the good one.
So you remember our friend Haley that we were talking about earlier?
Yes.
For some reason, I don't know if it's just like a quirky thing. She is like Larry David is her celebrity crush.
Larry David's amazing.
He's funny.
He's my celebrity crush too. He's funny.
He's funny, but
I love stupid dry humor. So
if I had to have a celebrity crush, I want someone who's funny but also attractive.
He's not attractive at all.
Ryan Reynolds.
The slightest.
Duh. He's hilarious, and I'm pretty sure that's not him being an actor. I'm pretty sure that's just him. He's incredibly handsome. Yeah, not gay, but I'd hold it in my mouth till it went soft.
Wow, gross. So watch for your kids on Roblox.
Roblox, what's that?
You don't know what Roblox is?
Is that like Fortnite?
Kind of.
It's so unmodded.
It's like a
Minecraft?
a whole system of different games.
It's like an MMO. It's almost.
So it's like an emulator.
It's not.
Almost.
It's kind of.
You can make games out of it too.
People make millions a year making games on there, but it's basically.
What are we doing then? Why don't we make a game? Between the three of us, I guarantee we could come up with something cool.
Justin learns what Roblox is. This is millennials getting introduced to Gen Z today.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
My kid loves Roblox, and
you got to watch out. Then.
I won't let my sons.
A
play
woman by
Roblox.
the name of Tara Alexis Sykes.
That's her name, Tara Alexis.
No,
Sykes?
I mispronounced.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck?
Can I say something wrong once without facing
she had
backlash?
4 names, and I was just going to say she's got a stupid name that has nothing to do.
I said it wrong. Okay, just give me a break.
My bad, Tara.
Tara Alexis Sykes.
Not nearly as stupid as Tarek Tara.
Used the Roblox system.
Okay.
And connected with a 10-year-old girl and convinced this 10-year-old girl to cause harm to her 2-month-old little sister.
I saw this. Like, talked her into like stabbing her or smashing her on the ground or something.
Just dropping the 2-month-old onto tile.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Which the 10-year-old did do, but then also tried to tell her to stab her parents. But thankfully, the 10-year-old girl did not do that.
Too far. Smash a baby on tile. It's fine. Stab parents. Can't do that.
This is This is a story
from.
I
mean, think about it. You're 10. Your parents can easily overpower you. You're 10. You got that 2-month-old beat. Duh. I'm not actually defending that. This is fucking terrible. Bro, now here's the question I have for you. You're the parent. You love your 2-month-old. You also love your 10-year-old. What do you do?
I mean, my wife and I talk about.
I will only ever have one kid.
Internet and like that all the time.
I have a 7-year-old and a 4-month-old, so I feel like at the moment, I mean, you've had kids that were probably that far apart in age, but like I'm the one, at least at this moment in time, the closest to the age range.
What do you do, dude?
I feel like you have to
kill the older kid.
I was going to say that.
I'm kidding.
Like because we've had talks where like he doesn't know any better. He's 7, but he gets a little rough, and it's like you have to stop it. You have to reprimand it. Sure. Reprimanding is in that case
like with, and it's not the same. But when my kid's petting the dogs, sometimes he like grab an ear, and it's like no. You have to explain to them gentle hands. You have to explain to them like listen. You have to be, and it's the same concept, just different subject matter. Obviously, far less. Well, there's more danger to my son there because if he grabs the dog and the dog bites
you're
him.
Protecting your son in that situation where I'm trying to protect my younger son.
Correct.
Because he can't defend it. He's only 4 months. He can't defend himself.
What would you do if he hurt your kid?
I think it depends. If he did that, yeah, it would be like.
I don't know if I could be your dad anymore, man. Like, I don't know if I could look at you
the same way. Yeah, absolutely.
Did he kill the kid?
No. And this is.
Maybe that's worse. What were the damages to the child?
To the 2-month-old.
There's nothing
Permanent?
nothing that's been reported that I know of.
Oh God.
Okay.
Hopefully, like some
but it is
bruising and
Like you've got a normal 2-month-old developing fine. All signs point to perfectly healthy, normal human. And then all of a sudden, now they've got some irreversible
severe
brain
delays.
damage.
Yeah.
That you're never going to walk again, never be able to feed themselves again. Brother, I feel so bad for those parents. Like,
So I guess the wrinkle to this that I didn't quite clarify is that this is her own daughter who's been placed in like a temporary home that she's communicating with. And it's not the 2-month-old. It's not her 2-month-old. It is her 10-year-old daughter.
so it's her 10-year-old that she convinces to hurt somebody else.
Somebody else's child. Yes.
Okay, now we have a villain.
And
I believe
that's
Home
what's
Depot
reported.
sells rope.
And this is an attempt murder. This is an attempt murder charge because there's no murder or anything like that.
It's conspiracy to commit murder, attempt murder, and there's an aiding or abetting theory.
And
for sure,
nobody's ever seen a case like this before, in this way.
Don't they have
communicating this way to their own child?
Charles Manson. Like the Sharon Tate stuff, like he convinced other people to do it. We have analogous instances.
Yeah, kind of by proxy.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same.
Proxy.
I mean, it's the same thing. The only difference is they're not your relative.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's the same analysis.
So,
Merry Christmas, Charlie Manson. That's a South Park episode, I think. Right.
So there was one report that it was her own child, and I don't know if that's accurate or not. There's kind of sparse on this. Nothing since late last year. So I'm guessing she's just facing criminal charges that are ongoing. There might be some concerns over her competency, I would guess. When she's arrested, look at this picture.
Season
you can
2,
see
episode 6.
She might have a self-harming vest on. The vest she's wearing?
I thought she just liked being warm.
Maybe she's just cold.
She looks insane.
She looks a little off.
She got that, that vacant, quiet, like.
I just think as parents, you just got to be so careful.
Psychopathy. Yeah. But yeah.
Roblox is a no.
Season 2, episode 16. Merry Christmas. Charlie Manson.
Listener question: can morality exist in law without empathy? I don't know. I don't know if I understand the question.
Yeah. Can morality exist in law without empathy? I mean, I think to presuppose that morality is only a thing because of empathy is strange, right? Because I think that that morality can be divorced from empathy, but it is often tied to it because, especially if you're looking at like, what type of morality are we talking about, right? What sort of ethics? Ends justify the means or do the right thing because it's right? I mean, because there's two totally different forms of ethics, teleological versus deontological, and one certainly doesn't have morality tied to it. Ends justify the means. If the end is good, but the means to get there are terrible, right? Like, I do not support this, okay? Cure cancer, cure every case of cancer on earth right now. Kill everybody that has cancer. Did it. It's done, but you did something awful to get there, right? So that has no morality attached to it.
It's like that. I don't really watch Marvel, but Ultron, he was like, the internet is awful, so I'm just going to nuke the entire planet.
You mean...
Was it Ultron?
No, it was Thanos.
Well, Thanos was the other thing. He was like, I'm going to kill half to save resources.
Right, but then when they all...
If you look at it black and white, yeah.
So it's Thanos, the Thanos question. Yeah. So...
Well, because there's Ultron too, where he was like, the internet's so bad, we have to like take out everybody.
Ultron said the internet?
Something like that. It was like humanity.
Something analogous.
Whatever. Yeah. So it's the same thing. But yes, I think that you can have morality without the other. I think it's possible.
All right. Well,
but it also depends on what your moral compass is, right? There's universal and then there's relative, right? You're getting into some like philosophical.
Yeah, this is too deep for this podcast. So we're not.
It's great. Well, we'd need we probably need like a quarter of an episode to really go into it. But like also, okay, for example, like taboos, right? Taboos that are also enshrined in the law, right? There's a natural taboo that exists in almost every single culture, which is the incest taboo, right? Even in situations where you don't have law, fathers usually do not procreate with daughters. Even in cultures where it's a thing. And I learned this in college. But that's also a law here, right?
Yes.
So you have instances like that.
Yeah.
But then you have other cultures, right? Polygamy. I believe in Islam. I think that in certain places where they practice more fundamental, I believe they're allowed to have more than one wife.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
right?
It's my understanding.
You know, so there you've got morally, I don't know. So it's just different. So the point is, it also depends on what lens you're looking at it through, right? Do we agree because this is a universal thing, or do we agree because it's a Western thing versus an Eastern thing? That's a very, very complicated question.
And breaking down things and saying, hey, why are we here? Like, why are we saying that this is the moral thing?
Yeah, and then you're getting into what makes morals. Is it because, like, I'm a human and I know that when you suffer, I know what it's like to suffer and I don't want to see that happen? Is it based on my own,
lot of it?
My own, let's say, religious affiliation? Like, you're a Mormon, so you have certain things that I'm sure are values that are instilled in you because of your religious beliefs. Whereas a different religion, like, let's say, a pagan, probably has some different stuff.
Would disagree with me? Yeah.
On a lot of things. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's...
And what should be laws versus just like, allowed, people can do this in their home if they want to.
Correct.
That's their preference. And
then also you have an evolving system, right? Because if you look at, like, I know it's a joke with our God wills it thing, clip it in here.
God wills it!
Back in the day, there's a line from that movie where they're making the pilgrimage to Jerusalem to fight in the Holy War, and you got a priest standing there proselytizing to these people saying to kill an infidel is not murder. It is the path to heaven. Whereas now, I believe the Catholic Church would decidedly say that that's not okay, right? Whereas, what was that? How many years ago was that? When were the Crusades?
I don't know.
Like 1100s, I think?
Maybe 1100s, 1200s. I'm not sure.
So not even 1,000 years ago, you had the church saying 1095 was the first one.
Okay.
So 1095, 1291. So let's just round up on 1291. That put it the year 1300 to the year 2025. So that's 725 years. Not that long in human existence, right? But dramatically different. Right, so you've got so many levels to this that make this question extremely complicated. But the short answer, I do believe that they can exist. They often work in conjunction, but they can exist independent, is my general analysis based on what I understand about humanity, legal stuff. These are fun questions, though. That's a fun thought experience. Thought experiment.
Thanks to Austin for...
Who asked it?
At this point, I'm just using Reddit and finding adjacent.
Oh, this is
shit from Reddit.
Adjacent for sure. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by with us. Another episode of Tangled Right. Sorry for misspeaking sometimes.
Oh, fuck off.
You.
I'm not saying I thought you were saying that was her name, dude. It wasn't that. Oh, you misspoke, you moron.
We're gonna fight after this. Open mat. These cops from Sacramento, if you want to come and
if they came, would you come?
Yeah, for sure. That'd be fun.
I would be there too.
We will. The three of us versus the 8 of them. I'm down.
Well, I was going to be there to film, but I can get somebody else to film.
Oh, I was going to film too.
No.
So 1 versus 8. You know what? 1 versus 8. As long as it's one at a time, I'll take them all in a row.
I want to do some big boy jitsu on them.
I'll literally take every man at once.
All right, signing off. Peace.